Hi, Scorpio. Let's talk about love. This is your love reading for the month of October. It's a general love reading, and it is also a collective reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. If it does not resonate with you, check out your moon and rising signs. If you're still not finding the answer that you're looking for, then there's other gifted tarot readers out there. However, you can also ask God for guidance because if you have a question, they want you to have the answer. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you so much for Scorpio. We thank you for love. And we ask you to show us what energies Scorpio will be navigating in the month of October as it relates to love. Show us with clear and concise messages. Give us clarification, confirmation, and validation. And we bless these cards with love, light, and prosperity. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what's going on with you. We have rejoice in celebration. We have the heart chakra. And we have spiritual strength. Okay, so let's see how this gets clarified. I'm using the good tarot to clarify. And while I'm shuffling, I'm just going to say, if you're new to this channel, stick around, because at the end, I always do a PS. And the PS sometimes clarifies the same message. Sometimes it's a whole nother something. And it's just fun. Anyway, right now, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you so much for these energies, for showing us what energies Scorpio has to navigate for the month of October. And we ask you for clarification. Show us clearly, what do you mean rejoice in celebration? Also, the heart chakra. Show us what it is that you're trying to tell us about that energy and about the energy of spiritual strength in this love reading. Show us clearly, what is it that you want to say to us about these energies? Okay, rejoice in celebration, we've got the 5 of air. And we've got temptation. Okay, and with the heart chakra, we have the call. And we have the high priestess. And then with spiritual strength, we have the star. And we have the 7 of fire. Okay. So if you're new to this channel, I think the last 2 readings I did for Scorpio as far as love goes was quit fighting it. You know you're in love. And then the next one was quit fighting it, take it to the next level, or something like that. So it looks like this could likely be the same group of Scorpios that we're talking to. Scorpios. Could likely be the same group. And we're starting out with rejoice in celebration. So possibly you have popped the question to that person that you have been fighting off for a while. But there is reason to celebrate in your life right now. That's what this is saying. There's much reason to celebrate. It looks like whatever fears you had, you've conquered them. This is the 5 of swords, which is the same. It's called the 5 of air, right? It's the same as the 5 of swords in the regular tarot. So in this particular deck, this person has risen above all of the conflict. Like, if they were because it's the swords, there's a lot of it is in your own mind, right? So Scorpio, it looks like you've risen above that. You've gotten past I don't know if I really want to do this. Do I really want to do this? Am I good enough for this? Whatever those mind games were you were playing with yourself, it looks like you've finally overcome them, right? And you've made peace with all of it. That in itself is a reason to celebrate. But then you're also getting the temptation card. Now, what does this temptation card have to do with love, especially whenever you're celebrating? I feel like it's telling you that you have possibly overcome some temptation before, before you went through this process, or now that you have gotten into this reason to celebrate. But temptation is about earthly attachments. It's about, sometimes it can be about addictions. Even it can be about really passionate sex. This card doesn't look very sexy at all. But what it is there's this apple, right? And there's a treasure chest. So it still talks about earthly attachments, things that we think we have to have, things that we think that we need to have. Again, mind games like the self-sabotaging talk and stuff like that. So this is telling me that you have reason to celebrate because you've overcome a whole lot of mental conflict, and they're asking you to be careful about falling backwards into that. Okay, that is a real, not a probability, but a possibility if we don't continue to do the work and take control of our thoughts on a regular basis. We could easily slip back into those self-sabotaging thoughts, those negative thoughts about why we shouldn't be doing this and all that. So, the heart chakra. What does the heart chakra have to do with love, and especially in this particular relationship, right? And this is for if you are in a relationship, but it's also for if you are thinking about getting into a relationship. Even if you're thinking about it, just the decision that maybe, yes, I want to move forward is reason to celebrate, right? So, but with the heart chakra, obviously the heart chakra is all about love. It is, it's like the seat of the soul. It's where the soul sits. It's where we communicate with our higher self, or where the communication with our higher self comes from, or all that stuff. So you're getting the call. So I feel like this relationship was called in your life to crack your heart open. It feels like you have gone through so much of your life closed off, like with the shield up, where you wouldn't let anybody in. But this relationship has maybe found a crack or something. It was called into your life to penetrate this wall and get into your heart and make you vulnerable, and make you learn how to feel again, and make you learn how to allow yourself to be vulnerable again. This was a called relationship, okay? It's number 20, so it's the same as judgment. It's the same as the judgment card, which means that, I just noticed something else too, which means that it's like a rebirth. Your heart has had the opportunity to be reborn and feel again. And that's why you were fighting it so hard. I feel like this is the same energy. That's why you've been fighting it so hard. So I feel like as you move forward, there may be times whenever, it might get pinched a little bit, like you might get your heart hurt a little bit in this relationship. But always go back to and be grateful that, wow, I can feel again. I can feel again. It's whenever you've lived a life with your heart closed off for so long, it is almost cleansing to a degree to have your heart broken, because it makes you realize that you're still alive, that you're glad that you know again what it feels like to love. And the reason you know what it feels like to love is because your heart just got broken. So it's like this relationship was called into your life. So this is 2-0, right? 2 plus 0. And you're getting the High Priestess, which is the feminine energy of the magician, right? The High Priestess, look at her. Look how ethereal she looks. Okay? She's like so connected. And it's like this journey has not only cracked your heart open, but made you feel vulnerable enough that you reach to the heavens for help again. You reach to the heavens for guidance. Okay? You reach out and look for answers outside outside of yourself, but not from other people, but outside of yourself, within your heart, within the space where your guides, your angels, and all those people can communicate with you. So that's what is going on. But look at this, is the 2 plus the 2 plus the 0 is 4. They cracked you open. They cracked you open. Not the person, yes, cracked you open. But it's like they knew what they were doing, not the person. Your guides, your angels, they knew the exact person to put in just the right place to be able to open you up again. So this was a divine scenario, a divine situation. So why are you getting spiritual strength? I'm going to tell you why. Because your heart has been so closed for so long, you have been in and out of different relationships where you've even allowed yourself to, even though you were closed off, you've even allowed yourself to feel hurt. When you weren't really hurt, it wasn't your heart that was hurt, it was your pride that was hurt. Okay, so there's a part of you, this is the same as the 9 of Wands, so it wants to play the wounded warrior. It is the wounded warrior card. Or another way to look at it is the survivor card, right? But in this particular card, you see a man standing there with his spirit guide, who is like, 5 times bigger than him, holding things up around him, right? And this is what they always want you to remember, is that your guides, your angels, your team on the other side, Scorpio, they are there to assist you every step of the way. So as this continues to happen, remember I said you started calling on them recently because you felt so vulnerable. So you started calling out to the universe, help me with this, help me to understand this, help me find the direction in this, all that stuff, right? And so what they're wanting to tell you is they're still there. They're always going to be there. They have helped you find your way back to you. Them, along with this person in your life, and whether it's the same Scorpio I've been talking to, that same group of people, or whether this is a new group of people with now somebody new coming into your life who is starting to make you feel like you're cracked open, it's like their purpose is bringing you back to yourself. So for me, the Star card is this person is holding this big old soul, this big old spirit guide. That's the spirit guide. She's holding the essence of herself, of her true nature inside that vessel. And she no longer takes herself for granted, takes her spirituality for granted. And whenever I say that, I don't mean your religious practices or your spiritual practices. I'm talking about you as a spirit, you as a worthy connected person, you as a worthy connected soul, connected to the source of everything, connected to the one who hung the moon. You know, you're realizing this about yourself, and look how she holds that vessel, and she absolutely adores it. Look how she's looking down at it. It's almost like a new mother cradling a baby, right? It's like you found your value. Because your heart got cracked open. This person not only helped your guides in the universe to crack your heart open, but they also helped you go within, looking for guidance, looking for answers. It's like no more could your ego be in control. There was no way. Your ego cannot be in control anymore. This is all about you come to terms with your own vulnerability as an actual human being or an actual spirit having a human experience. No more ego taking control of your destiny. Now they've gotten into they've allowed you to find yourself without, you weren't even looking, but it happened, and you realize that you are a human with a heart that can be broken, and that's a little bit scary. but they're wanting to remind you that they're here every step of the way, to continue to honor your worth, honor your value, continue to know who you are. And the Seven of Fire is in the traditional tarot, it's the Seven of Wands. It's about standing your ground and all that other stuff, fighting off resistant forces and all that other stuff. In this deck, it's like this little unicorn got to the top of that mountain and it's all magical now. It's like the stars are shining. He's reared up because he's so excited and proud and full. He's so full. Not full of himself like he used to be or she used to be, but just full in who they are. So this is a great place for you to be within this relationship, whether it's the same Scorpio group that I've been talking to the last few weeks, or whether it is a new Scorpio group who's just starting this journey. I feel like Spirit's saying the same thing. We are going to crack you open and we are going to let you know what it feels like to feel again, because you haven't allowed yourself to feel, F-E-E-L, in so long. Now's the time. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. And that's why this person is now in your life. Okay. That's a great reading. We are going to do the PS. And listen, you guys, the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments, all that stuff, I really, really appreciate it. And I am honored to be able to read for y'all. This is amazing. If you are not a subscriber and this has resonated with you, please do subscribe and hit that little bell thing, because that lets YouTube know that this information is relevant for you, to your life. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, we thank you so much for this reading. We thank you for giving us clarification about things going on, about things that we can look to be navigating as we walk through our lives. Right now we're looking for the PS. Show us the PS for this reading, please. Show us the PS for Scorpio as they walk through October in relation to love. Look, the Emperor. Scorpio, you got this. As you move forward with this relationship, you have no worries. You have no fears. You have every quality of every king in this deck. You're reliable and resourceful. You're passionate and inspired. You are emotionally intelligent and now emotionally available. And you are, so we got the wands, we did the pentacles, the wands, the cups, and now, what's the other one? The pentacles, the wands, the cups, the swords. And you're a good communicator, okay? Wow, that was a brain freeze. Okay, so you're a good communicator, and you lead with your heart. You've got some stableness to you. You've got this. You've got the Emperor. You're the Emperor in this situation. Look, don't play small. Don't put that shield back up. There's going to be times they're letting you know with this heart chakra right here, followed by this spiritual strength, they're letting you know that there's going to be times when you're going to want to like flip back and shut down and shut off, because something might happen that might hurt your feelings. Not hurt your pride, really hurt your feelings, right? Don't do that. Don't play small. Don't cover that heart. That's what they're saying. And then you're going to walk into the victory. The victory that you didn't even know you were looking for. And it's all going to be there. Scorpio, this is a pretty incredible reading. I can't wait to see what happens next time. Until then, go out and have a super duper day. Bye.